Hi viewers, welcome back. This is the C&T Auctioneers YouTube channel. So today I'm just going to introduce myself to those who don't know me. My name is Matthew. I run the military department here at C&T Auctioneers, and over here is my colleague Vince, who also helps here in the Militaria department. So we are just showcasing today some of the over 1,300 lots of Militaria we've got coming up in our February Fine Militaria auction, which takes place on the 25th and 26th of this month, February. Which ranges everywhere from the English Civil War all the way through to the Falklands War and even the Gulf War. So we really cover a wide range of military artifacts and military history here at C&T Auctioneers. So like I said, we've selected just a few pieces to showcase for you today. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to hand you over to Vince, who's going to discuss these two very nice uniforms that we've got here.
Hi, so firstly we've got a very iconic piece of British Airborne clothing, which is the Denison Smock. This is a first pattern. It's an early hand-painted example, but it's a nice, good, honest example, and they're usually very desirable for the airborne collectors. And then also is this First World War, what we call cuff rank officer's tunic. It's a very nice Royal Artillery attributed example in a very heavy whipcord material, and it's accompanied by some Sam Browne equipment, and you can see that he's a MC recipient there as well. So really nice piece of First War clothing, that.
And then as you can see as we go further on to where Vince was talking about the airborne items, so you've got the Denison Smock. Here you'll see we've got two airborne berets here. I'll quickly show you this one and hopefully you can see it. So this is a classic British Airborne Maroon or Airborne Forces Maroon beret here, made by Kangalware Limited, one of the more most well-known makers of the berets, and good, honest, nice 1944 date there. So very, very popular with collectors, being the 1944 date. And Vince, tell us about the other beret you've got there.
Yeah, so we've got another beret which come also with the printed insignia of the Pegasus patch and parachute qualification wings. Also made by Kangalware and also faintly dated 1944, but this is all included as the lot, and it's a very nice piece of airborne militaria. That.
And keeping with the airborne pieces, here you'll see we've got an Airborne Forces steel combat helmet. This is a nice example here with the leather straps. And Vince, tell us a little bit more about this type of helmet with the leather straps. What's the difference between, there's lots of different types of airborne helmets. So Vince, explain to the viewers about the leather strap helmet.
So this is a nice Mk.II airborne helmet with the, as you can see, the leather straps. Rivet construction, they had a rivet and also a stitched type. It's still nice because it retains the chamois leather chin pad. A lot of times these are missing, and on the inside, on the liner, you can just see in the sweatband, it's dated 1943 and made by G&S, which is Grimson and Slater. So one of the two manufacturers of these airborne helmets during the war. So yeah, nice exterior paint, still accompanied by a camo net. Nice piece.
So there we go. So that's a few airborne pieces there. Moving on to this piece here, which some of you may have seen before, may not have seen before. This is actually a very rare piece of Imperial German headdress. So this is pre-World War I, and this would have been worn by the Imperial German forces out in either East Africa and also more rarely in China, in a place called Sing Sao, which these were particular type of helmets. And you see lots of variations of these helmets, a bit like the British Foreign Service helmets and what we call sometimes sun helmets. You see lots of variations, but this is the classic example, okay? This is the classic one which they almost say is like the issue type. With these, what you'll notice is they have a very, very long back, okay? And it's multiple pieces here, all made of cork and cloth covered. But yeah, these are very rare to find, these ones with the original, the long back type. And you can hopefully see these little fittings here. These are to fit the neck flap, okay, to cover you due to sun exposure. Nice original Imperial Colonial plate here. And again, it's very sort of fragile. This is obviously made, constructed from cork, so very few exist. Hopefully you can see here the cork inside here. But original lining and original strap. Unfortunately, the strap is damaged, but it is the original cork, etc. You've got to be very careful of this area here because it's very fragile. But again, really, really nice piece this, and they're missing from a number of collections. So yeah, so there's quite a nice piece of Imperial German headdress. Sticking to that World War I theme, going back to a British piece now. So many of you will be aware of the 1914 Christmas tins with the tobacco and the cigarettes that were sent out to the troops as part of the Princess Mary Fund in 1914. Well, this is the rarer set. This is for the writing set. Now, this set was given to people that were non-smokers, and unlike today, smoking was very much promoted in that period in time. So to find the original writing sets, or to someone who didn't smoke at that time, is very, very rare. So to get one of these is quite unusual. And it has got some various pieces of paraphernalia with it, including the original receipt for where it was sent to, so you can confirm that you've received your gift fund set. Now, although we keep jumping a little bit, we see here we've got a couple of what's known as the American A.II flying jackets. Very, very iconic leather flying jacket from World War II, the American Air Forces. Vince, explain these two jackets to us.
Rightio. So the one on the bust there is as a small grouping belonging to Lieutenant Jernigan, and he was flying with the 15th Air Force in Italy, flying missions over Germany still. He was shot down on the 18th of August 1944 and taken prisoner, and it's all backed up with a lot of paperwork and stuff relating to Jernigan, but this is his A.II jacket, his crusher cap with his HS-23 headset, and even his aviator's glasses as well. So, but it's a really nice little time capsule, that. It's great.
And then we've got this one, haven't we? So this is another example of an A.II flying jacket. But again, a lot of collectors, these are very desirable when they have original painted artwork. So this one has, hopefully you can see, it's got the aircraft on it and the bombs to resemble his bombing missions, and also the painted decal of his wing and his squadron patch. Vince, do you remind me what the...
That's the 720th Bomb Squadron, also 15th Air Force, flying Liberators, and he flew 35 operations, as you can see by the bombs painted on the chest. But nice to see a squadron patch and the air gunners patch above it. It's a nice surviving example of that.
Okay, so there it is. There's that grouping for you, or that A.II jacket, I should say. Now we're going to show you one of the most expensive lots we've now got in the auction. Okay, this is an incredibly rare and medal grouping to a very brave individual. This individual was one of the Royal Navy human torpedoes, okay, known as charioteers. Now this was, he did missions on Tripoli Harbour, and he did an attack on La Spezia Harbour in 1944. Unfortunately, the missions actually failed, but he managed to survive. Reading through his paperwork, he actually had to ditch the human torpedo, and they managed to escape to safety to the local bay. But whilst trying to escape and wading through the water, his chariot suit filled up with water and he nearly drowned. So him and his colleague, who was on the raid with him, managed to save his life and get them back to safety. But they had to go through enemy lines before they got back to the British lines. So they evaded capture, etc. And it's all documented. And originally it was sold at Sotheby's in 1988, and we've got the original sale description from then as well. But it's a very, very interesting grouping, and if you've got the time, do go onto the website, have a look at the description, even if it's not something that you would normally want to buy. But just read the description about this heroic action that this man was awarded this Distinguished Service Medal for. It's very, very interesting. So again, we've got a number of D-Day related items. So I'll let Vince talk to you about this little grouping here.
Okay. Right here. So what we have here is the classic Ike letter, or the D-Day invasion letter, which was obviously written by Eisenhower itself and distributed to troops prior to the 6th of June 1944. What's really nice about this example is that it's attributed to an American trooper with Greek descent, and accompanying this lot is a letter.
Yeah, there's letters with the grouping which he wrote home, the American soldier wrote home, and describing meeting another Greek family in France, funny enough, after the landings. And what's also quite interesting in the grouping, there's some documents allowing him to bring home some war souvenirs. So again, have a look through the listing and you can see some more images of that. And it's interesting, talking about war souvenirs. So, as we know, the big market for military is items relating to World War II German forces, the Third Reich. Now, obviously, all items brought home were souvenirs by Allied soldiers often. So it's interesting that in that paperwork, there's some things about bringing the stuff back. So we're going to show you a few souvenirs here. So first one I'm going to show you is this extremely nice Luftwaffe pilot's watch by the famous maker Hanhart. Okay, this is the chronograph pilot's watch by Hanhart, leather strap. Now this item was actually brought in by the family of a 8th Army veteran who actually took it from a crashed pilot in North Africa. So really, really nice. It's never been in a collection before, and as you can see, it's completely untouched. It is still in working order. I'll just show you there, you've got the markings on the back there. It is still in working order, but again, we do always say they need to be checked really, because it is an old instrument. So yeah, like I say, have a look at that. That's a very nice piece. And then if I come around here, we have, many people would have been aware of the SS Schutzstaffel chained officer's dress dagger. But what we have here is the chain dress dagger here for the NSKK. So this is the German motoring service. Okay, and again, very, very nice example. Made by Carl Eichhorn, okay, one of the common makers for German daggers, but also a good maker for the NSKK leaders chained dress dagger. All the original chains are intact, none have been replaced or missing, and it has the additional leather belt loop there. So again, nice officer's dagger. And the final item we're going to show you here is, I won't get it all out because you can see it clearly, is one of these. So this is the Luftwaffe Ehrenpockel, or honour goblet as it's known. Now this example you'll see has got lovely patina. It's made in alpaca, which is a type of silver, and it has this lovely hammered finish and the beautiful fighting eagle motif here you find with the honour goblets, and it's all engraved here around the edge to the recipient here. What makes this one even more special is you've got all the original award documents, which does include the award document for the honour goblet, but also the award documents for his Iron Crosses, pilot's badge, and also the German Cross in gold, or the Deutsche Cross. So it's a really, really super complete grouping with the honour goblet and all the award citations. The only item we haven't focused on, that you can probably see here, is this little rig here. So this is a Scottish rig here to a Golden Highlander. Okay, so fine officer's full dress doublet and all accoutrements, etc., for a Golden Highlander here of a Scottish regiment. So like I say, we hope you've enjoyed this very short video, showcasing you some of the pieces that we've got coming up in this 1300 lot sale. Do have a look at the auction, have a look at the catalogue. It's all live now on our website. Very easy to place bids and register. There's a lot more pieces on here. Like I say, we got items from the English Civil War, we got items from the Falklands War, we got items from Rhodesia, from the Bush Wars, we got items from Second World War, Japan. We've got so much stuff in this sale. It's really worth it. If you're interested in Militaria, have a look. You will like something, I'm sure. Anyway, we hope you've enjoyed this video. From me and Vince, thank you so much for watching.